Good afternoon. By now, you'll know my name's Bruce Gray, and this is my presentation into my industrial investigation. And the company I've chosen to do it on is IKEA. The objectives I've set out at the start of this investigation, the first being what I think is the most important, and that was to ascertain the importance of the communication mix when attracting a broad demographic. Because I do know through my investigation that IKEA are looking to attract as broad a demographic as they can. Secondly, was to examine if IKEA's content, i.e. the products that they have to sell, are suitable for the demographic they are trying to attract. And what I mean by that is the age difference between teens and old age pensioners, if you like. Thirdly, it was to understand what the brand perception of IKEA is from the consumer's point of view, because I thought it would be interesting to find out what consumers thought that the brand perception of IKEA is. And finally, it was to find out if IKEA are taking full advantage of social media sites as well as the internet itself, the social media being Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, Pinterest, LinkedIn, and so on and so forth. The reasons I've chosen IKEA to do this investigation on, firstly, is because they are one of the world's biggest companies. And I'll give you a small fact about them. They say IKEA are that big that they estimate that 10% of all living Europeans were conceived on an IKEA bed. So that kind of gives you a rough outlook as to how big IKEA are. Another reason that I chose them was because I found before this investigation that IKEA weren't rarely mentioned in the press, if at all, and I wanted to really find out why. A reason that I thought it might be is because the marketing strategy is just that foolproof that there's no reason to put them in the press because everyone already knows about them. And I also wanted to find out what steps they were taking to combat price rises, because as we know, the last few years with the whole economic downturn that things have increased in price. So I wanted to kind of find out what steps they were taking to combat this as far as the consumers were concerned. My findings since this investigation started, I did find that IKEA do cater for the demographic that they are trying to attract, that broad demographic I mentioned earlier on. They do cater for all of them, really. I did also find, strangely and interestingly enough, that IKEA don't actually have a Twitter page for IKEA UK as a whole. They've got Warrington and Nottingham. And to me, I found that strange because if you look on Twitter, just about every company in the world has got their own Twitter page for their fans and consumers to follow their daily goings on. I also found out that IKEA have got very sound advertising campaigns, both present and in the past. There's not really much I can really say about the advertising campaigns other than positive feedback, really. That they kind of hit the nail on the head every time they produce another advert. And also, as far as the brand perception was concerned, which was one of my objectives, I did find, interestingly, that IKEA's consumers have a different opinion when it comes to the brand perception of IKEA. A lot of them think it's purely a DIY store, do it yourself, buy a bed, build it, sleep in it. Others strangely think that IKEA are best known for food. And so my findings kind of vary as far as that's concerned, which I kind of thought was interesting. Some of the constraints, however, as far as this investigation has gone so far, I have found that there's not a great deal of information available on IKEA when I've been doing any internet searches. I can't really find many news articles about them. A lot of it's just to do with new products as far as their website's concerned. But as far as newsworthy stories are concerned, there's not a great deal out there. But obviously, I am looking at different places to try and broaden that search for myself. Another main constraint I have found is the length of time it has taken any IKEA employees to get back to me. I've sent them more emails off explaining who I am, what I'm doing, because I think it would be beneficial to them once I conduct my final findings and I complete this investigation. But I have found that the length of time they take to get back to me is kind of off-putting, to say the least. I mean, I'm obviously doing this for myself, but I'm also kind of trying to help them out, if you like. So I have sent off numerous emails to try and get in touch with them. Unfortunately, I haven't had much of word back yet, but I will persevere with that. But otherwise, as far as the investigation is concerned, it's going well. I hope that the investigation I'm conducting is worthwhile. I hope that once you guys read the final script, you'll find it interesting, as well as I hope you found this mini presentation interesting as well, and it just gives you a bit of an insight as to what I'm doing and why I'm doing it. So thanks for watching, and I look forward to your feedback. Thank you. Bye.